In this Java tutorial, we will talk about exceptions. Different errors can occur while running Java code. When an error occurs, Java normally stops and produces an error message. The technical term for this is Java throws an exception. Let's learn what exceptions are by doing an example. I created an array list using the new keyword. I added 2 members to the array list. I printed the first member of the list to the console. The program ran without any errors. Let's print the second member of the list to the console. The program ran without any errors. If I print the third member of the list to the console, the application will print an exception message to the console. The name of this exception is index out of bounds. This is actually an exception class in Java. It is extended to the runtime exception class. By looking at this image, you can see all the exception types that are extended to the exception class. Now let's do another example using try, catch, and finally blocks. I created an array list. I added 2 members to the array list. The try statement allows you to define a block of code that will be tested for errors during execution. I printed the first member of the array list to the console. The catch statement allows you to define the block of code that will be executed if an error occurs in the try block. I printed the exception that will be thrown in the catch block to the console if the program receives an error. The final statement allows you to run code regardless of the result after the try and catch. This code will work whether the program issues an exception or not. I printed the first member to the console. The finally block executed regardless of the result. I print the second member to the console. I printed the second member to the console. The finally block executed regardless of the result. Let's try printing the third member. The program didn't receive an error as in the previous example. Only the exception was printed to the console. The finally block executed regardless of the result. The name of the exception class is index out of bounds. We can change the class in the try block. I add the index out of bounds class. We will see the same result again. Let's look at the exception classes. Index out of bounds class is extended to the runtime exception. Runtime exception class is extended to exception. Exception class is extended to tryable. You can take a look at all exception classes from this image. I recommend you to watch other Java tutorials.